The Dear Departed. By Stanley Houghton. Summary. In the play, Mrs. Slater prepares for the arrival of her sister Elizabeth and her husband Jordan to discuss the affairs of Grandpa, presumed dead. Mrs. Slater suggests wearing Grandpa's slippers and replacing a chest of drawers with his valuable bureaus. When they open the old chest upstairs, they are shocked to find Grandpa, Abel Merriweather, alive. Confusion ensues as the family tries to cover up their mourning attire. Grandpa reveals he faked his death due to overdrinking. The sister's deceit is exposed, leading Grandpa to decide to change his will, paying the premium, and marrying Mrs. John Shorrocks. The play humorously unfolds the consequences of familial greed and deception. About the author. Stanley Houghton, 1881–1913, was a British playwright associated with the Manchester School of Dramatists in the early 20th century. Born in Ashton-on-Mersey, England, Houghton gained recognition for his realistic and socially observant plays. The Dear Departed is one of his notable works, a comedic drama that satirizes family dynamics and materialism. Houghton's plays often portrayed the changing social landscape of his time, exploring middle-class life and the conflicts arising from societal norms. Unfortunately, Houghton's promising career was cut short when he died at the young age of 32. Despite his brief life, he left a lasting impact on British theatre. Question 1. Read the extracts and answer the questions. Extract 1. Abel, what's the matter with little Vicky? He sees Ben and Mrs. Jordan. Hello. What brings you here? How's yourself, Ben? Question 1. What surprises Abel Merriweather when he came from the world of dead? Answer. When Abel Merriweather came from the world of dead, he was surprised to see Ben and his daughter Elizabeth, who is Mrs. Jordan, in the house. Everyone in the house was in mourning dress. Question 2. How did Ben react when Mr. Abel offered him his hand for a shake? Why did he do so? Answer. When Mr. Abel offered Ben his hand for a shake, Ben skipped back smartly and retreated to a safe distance behind the sofa. Ben did so because he assumed that Mr. Abel was dead. Question 3. What makes this scene the most dreadful and painful for the others? Answer. When others saw Mr. Abel standing and talking in front of them, this scene was the most dreadful and painful for them as they had assumed that Mr. Abel was no more. They thought it was his ghost. Extract 2. I don't call that delicate, stepping into a dead man's shoes in such haste. Question 1. Who makes this comment? Answer. Mrs. Jordan made this comment. Question 2. What prompts the speaker to say this? Answer. When the grandfather sees Henry wearing his slippers, Mrs. Slater quickly gives them back to the grandfather. This prompts the speaker to say this. Question 3. Bring out the significance of this statement. Answer. Stepping into the dead man's shoe is to take the position of the dead man, although one might not be capable of it. Mrs. Jordan, on seeing her brother-in-law wearing grandfather's shoes, feels that he was in too much of a hurry to step into the grandfather's shoes. He did not even wait for his funeral. Question 2. Answer the following questions in 3 or 4 sentences. Question 8. Was Mr. Merriweather really dead? What happened to him? Answer. No, Mr. Merriweather was not really dead. When Mrs. Slater went to offer something to her father, Mr. Abel Merriweather, she found him quite cold. He was not responding at all. He was motionless, so Mrs. Slater declared him dead. Question B. What change does Mr. Merriweather make in his new will? What effect does it have on his daughters? Answer. Mr. Merriweather noticed how things had pinched away in his daughters, who already were wearing the mourning dress, without even going or looking for him. Mrs. Slater was shocked to see Mr. Merriweather alive even after keeping her father for 3 years. He had decided to gift his money to the daughter who will be with him at the time of his death. Both the daughters fought with each other to keep him. He clearly saw that his daughters did not love him at all and therefore did not deserve his assets as well. He wanted his wealth to be given, who would lovingly take care of him in his old age, and thus decided to make a new will. Question C. What are the 3 things that Mr. Merriweather planned to do the next Monday? Answer. Mr. Merriweather made 3 dramatic announcements. Firstly, he would go to the lawyer and would alter his will. Secondly, he would go to the insurance office and pay his premium. Lastly, he would go to St. Philip's Church and would marry Mrs. John Shorrocks, who kept the Ring o' Bells. Question 3. Answer the following questions briefly. Question 8. Bring out the irony in the title of the play. Answer. The Dear Departed is a satire that criticizes peripheral relations and shows love between parents, siblings, and children. Though the title appears to be an emotional one, it soon becomes clear that the dear departed is not Mr. Abel, the father of Amelia Slater and Elizabeth Jordan. What departed from them dearly was their father's assets and belongings. The 2 daughters and their husbands had waited for the death of Mr. Abel and not his well-being. They never loved him. The 2 daughters always fought with each other and never made their father feel at home. They wanted to get rid of him. The poor man learnt the true nature of his children's love too late, but was able to escape their cruel hospitality and cunning care for him. Question B. How does the argument between his daughters lead to Mr. Merriweather discover the truth? Answer. The argument between his daughters leads to Mr. Merriweather discovering the truth because they were fighting on Mr. Abel's belongings and memory. HOTS, higher order thinking skill. Question 8. Mrs. Jordan says that she has a feeling that father has not paid his insurance premium. How do all react to it? Answer. They all were worried about their father's overdue insurance premium. Mrs. Jordan says that she has a warning from the insurance office. She says that her father has done it on purpose. After a long search, the receipt is found in the bureau. The 2 sisters express anger at their father's irresponsibility and swindling motive. Question B. What message do you get from the play, The Dear Departed? Answer. The drama The Dear Departed throws light on the deteriorating human values in modern society. People are hankering after materialistic pleasures and losing real human values. Elderly people are regarded as a burden on the family. Every member of the family wants to get rid of them. The elderly people are helpless. Everybody throws greedy glances over their property, but nobody wants to take care of them.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more updates.